Welcome to Show Em The Dore, the podcast presented to you by one guy who got complimented on Yik Yak today, and Chris.
True. I gave Willem's number to a random stranger on Yik Yak.
It was an odd turn of events. But that's besides the point. I mean, we'll see.
Willem, did you get a text?
No, I didn't get a text. No one wants my number on Yik Yak, Chris. Come on, son.
Initially I had like the +1 up to start too, and I was like, does she need the full number?
The +1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get an 800 number. So we can
This is his number, 1-800-CASH now.
JG Wentworth, 867.
877.
867 cash now.
It's 877 cash now. Watch this. On record, I'm going to be right. It's 877 cash now. Call JG Wentworth.
It is 877.
I know it is.
But I'm looking it up.
Call JG Wentworth. Anybody remember those commercials back in the day?
877 cash now sounds right.
On God,
but
it
it's
does.
not saying it anywhere.
Look up what is JG Wentworth's number.
They must have changed their number.
They can't have changed their number.
Hold on. What was
I have
JG
something and I need cash now.
Worth's number?
I have a structured settlement and I
Need cash now.
Hey.
JG. We can start it.
Yeah.
So, I Googled this. It's no longer it anymore. He's right.
All right.
It is 877. So, do you remember a couple weeks ago when I was like, I only know 4 phone numbers?
Yes.
My mom's, Tanner's, JG Wentworth,
You don't even
and
know
Bart Durham. I don't even know JG Wentworth, so take one of those off. So it's just Bart Durham, attorney at law.
Just in case.
My mom and Tanner. Those are all the numbers I know.
Right. You don't know my number?
865.
Yeah. Is that it?
The rest.
I don't know your number.
I don't know.
I don't know your number. So.
I know my number. It's really fun to like.
615.
Astute observation, Chris. I live in Nashville.
Okay, you're saying that like you didn't just say 865 for mine.
Fair enough. People on Yik Yak know it though. So. Hold on, give me the double. That. So that was good. We have 3 baseball games to talk about that we just. Did I say them or was that to Ardelan? We've played 3 games.
We played 3. The way how you said it to Ardelan though, viewers, I think you'll find this like humorous, is you were like, yeah, we played 3 baseball games, the University of Kentucky, and then like the way how he said it made it sound like it was a list, as if we didn't play the University of Kentucky all 3 games.
I'm like, so we played 3 games, okay? University of Kentucky. We won the Friday game. That's exactly how I said it.
Yeah.
We won the Friday game. I'm spoiling your big. I'm taking your big moment. But we played 3 games, good series. We'll have a lot to talk about. Beyond that, we really don't have anything else to say.
Yeah, but it'll be a. Hopefully, we'll have some more shenanigans.
Shenanigans, fun fact, is a song by this dude named Josiah, whom I started lisoning to when I started listening to Jaleel. It was those 2 at the same time.
Jaleel and Josiah. It's like.
Have you guys ever heard of Jaleel?
Jaleel?
So there's this rapper.
The Jaleelment?
Right? There's this rapper, his name is Jaleel, and it's like stylized, all caps, Jaleel, exclamation point.
Yeah, the exclamation point's key.
It's key. And his music is like really intense. Mm-hmm. It's like energy. He says all the time.
Raw energy.
Real raw energy. He says it all the time. Not in his music, but like in his
like interviews.
In interviews and like on social media. And it's intense. And it's like, I listened to it before every single soccer game of the Bucks soccer season this year, and it's how I got in the zone. And every song, he, like, in the beginning, he goes, Jaleel, yeah. And, like, in the song, it sounds all right. But in the interviews, when he says it, it sounds so weird.
Also, in the interviews, he, like, opens his eyes as much as he can in every single sentence.
Because he's intense. This is what he does. He does things like this. He's like, Jaleel, yeah.
Like, I was like, exactly I'm just with a really raw energy.
He says Jaleel, yeah, like he's trying to imitate a white guy saying it.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. So, Shenanigans by Josiah. It's a really good song. You should listen to it. I think you'd think at least it's at least okay.
Okay.
Because it's like got a weird beat to it where it's like this is
got a funky fresh beat.
Yeah, it does have a funky fresh beat, I'd say. So, you know, We're trying to break our record of 15 minutes without anything sports related.
There's no way we'll ever beat the 15
I don't really know if we ever will.
We put out an episode that was 22 minutes before. And we put out a 15-minute.
Okay, if I have one goal in life, which I have many more than one, I have a list.
We got the podcast one off.
I did. I've checked like 4 things off the list of things I want to do before I die. Let me look at my list. I'm going to add this to my list, okay? Number 1.
in concert.
No, he's not one of the guys. It was Jack Harlow was on the list. I checked him off.
Oh, we did that too. You and me. I'm like the person with 2
Where
of
are
them.
my things to do before I die?
I deleted it while you were sleeping.
No way. So hold on.
I was like, I'm killing him.
There it is. What I want to do before I die, part 2. There are a bunch of things. Make a podcast was one of them. Go to a concert of any of these people that I listed. Jack Harlow was one of them. Play intramural basketball. And write music was the other. And I'm in a songwriting class, so I've written music. However, I'm going to add one more to it. And it's make a podcast episode where we don't talk about sports for a period longer than another episode that we've put out. So the current mark is 22 minutes. The shortest episode is 22 minutes. So I want to have no sports content for 22 minutes of a podcast. You people are going to hate us. But that's my
I hope you don't mean today.
No, not today. But like over the course of my next 2 years here.
Yeah. Are you typing that in?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that being said, last time it took a while because of the fact that we talked about insurance for way too long.
I still don't really get it, to be honest.
My mom said that she was going to tell you about insurance when we called one time.
Oh, good.
So,
okay.
So she'll...
Do I need insurance, do you think?
Depends on the type. I would say health, yes. Life, probably not. You don't have a car, so there's no automobile.
But you need it legally, right?
Yeah, to have a car.
So when I get a car, hypothetically, I'm going to need to pay insurance?
Yeah.
I have no money.
There's like ones that are really cheap that don't protect you at all if you like actually hit something.
It sounds
or someone.
good, man. That's my type of insurance. Who's the people where it's like only pay for what you need?
Liberty Mutual. General.
No.
The General. It's only pay for what you need. I know my insurance stuff in my commercials. Liberty Mutual. Maybe it is Liberty Mutual, but isn't the General?
It's 1-to-1.
Wait. What is the General though? The one with Shaq. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For a great low rate, you can get online. Go to the General to save some time.
You're right. That's my bad. 1-to-1. You're right.
Okay, but so what's it called? Liberty Bibbity. Liberty Bibbity. Liberty Mutual. They're like only insure the things you want to insure.
I think that's...
So like, can I get really like weirdly specific insurance?
I don't know.
Like, if I break my arm laterally the whole way down, you'll cover that, right? And they're like, not horizontally. It's got to be all the way. Clean split. If your arm pops off, we'll stitch it back on.
I think they're like a couple... Like, it's not really like specific procedures, rather it's like categories.
No. If that doesn't exist, it's my second goal in life, is to create an insurance firm to
only
where you
to get that?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't anyone just make insurance? It's private.
Yeah.
We could make an insurance agency.
Yeah, we just wouldn't make any money because you would be doing that.
No. We'd get people like me. Which is the sole issue.
Yeah, which is the issue because you have no money.
True.
Yeah. You will though. So maybe we'll get you in like 5-10 years.
Oh, Lord, no. I'm still going to be in college in 5 years.
Maybe like 14 years.
Give me 25 years. I'll have enough to pay for some insurance.
I'll have enough to pay for my weirdly niche insurance.
I don't want any coverage.
Side note, did you guys know that Brothers Grimm fairy tales always end in like death of some kind?
I didn't know.
Because I didn't know. I
told you that earlier.
I know that like the stories were like initially darker than like the Disney versions.
Nah, they just end. They're weird.
Yeah, they're like
Shakespearean tragedy.
The end of Hansel and Gretel was like, now go away, I found my rat. Like, it's like the Brothers Grimm that's like just saying the story, and he's like, that is the end of my tale, now go fetch some. It was like, I don't know, it was weird.
So it's like a story of him telling the story.
Well, no, it's like a story, and then it's like, it quotes him like after he finished the story as well.
So it's a story of him telling the story.
Kind of, I don't know. I don't work here.
If you think about it.
But yeah, so I think that's... Do we have any more housekeeping / side notes before we actually get into the sports world of things? Next week it will be our finale episode. We've had a really, really great season.
True.
Season 2 of Show Em The Dore has been a resounding success. And we're only trying to make things better for season 3.
No, we're trying to make it terrible.
We're trying to make it so much worse. Actually, we're getting rid of 2 mics. Willem and I are just going to be sharing one the entire season 3. But we're hoping on making things better. We've had some significant improvements, not only to our content, but to like the technology that we use. Like, thanks to Ardelan, thanks to my main man Ardulio, we have like a kind of sound mixer so that it's a lot easier to like manage like the audios that we have, as well as it's a bet, like we have like a thing that we use for color correcting. It's kind of crazy how far we've come since our first episode.
Positively nutty.
Like the first episode, I was just going into color and being like, that looks a little too purple, and moving it to the green. Like it's not good.
And for some reason, you people stuck with us, which means a lot to us. Because first off, we didn't give you great content in the beginning.
No.
Secondly, we didn't give you good content in a good way. Thirdly, it wasn't quality. Like, it was pretty good video because, like...
Oh, yeah, we have a good camera. Ardelan did the camera. And
but, like, we weren't editing it like we do now in good ways. We didn't have all the good stuff. Our interview with Spencer Jones, we passed a dang microphone, for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
So we've really made significant gains.
Didn't we do that in...
No.
Was that... I thought we did it in somebody else's, too.
No, you're lying.
Oh, Cam's just had, like, some messed up stuff.
No, it's because I'm a fool. It's actually not because I'm a fool.
No, it's because we didn't know.
Being poor.
Yeah.
But anyways, Kentucky, last Friday.
Okay, we're just going to jump in.
We got nothing else to say. I've thanked my audience. I've put my hair up. I'm ready.
Okay.
Thanks, I appreciate you. So, Kentucky, right? First game.
What was the score, Willem?
We're coming. He hit me with the hard questions off the bat. I thought he'd give me a soft one. Like
who led off?
Who led off? Hmm? Enrique.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Let's go.
Who was 2? Who batted second? The entire weekend, it was the same person.
Is it Carter?
Nope. Carter bats 9th.
Oh, I forgot about that. Is it dude in left? Cal?
No. Cal didn't even play for a majority of the series.
Was it Rocco Griffin?
No, he didn't. That's the football player.
Yeah, I know. I love Rocco Griffin.
It's somebody that we have previously scorned.
Oh, Jack.
Yeah, Jack. Jack bats second.
I know who pitched.
Do you know who pitched the entire weekend?
Christoph McIlvain.
Yep.
Christian Little.
Yep.
Brett Cunningham pitched on Sunday.
He started, yeah.
J.G. Wentworth started on Saturday.
Okay, so
I didn't watch the game, so you got me.
I've tried to get him to watch the game so badly.
I don't know why I didn't watch him, to be honest. I know I was hanging out with friends on Friday.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday, like, we lived together. Like, why didn't we
I was watching the games.
When?
On Saturday and Sunday.
What times? I'm trying to think of what I was doing.
Saturday, it was at 11 a.m. It started. And then it went till we had lunch with Carmen. And then Sunday, it was at 12.
I was at church on Sunday.
Yeah, so...
I'm a man of the Lord, as you can see by my frocket. The front pocket, the frocket. Yeah. For the viewers. But, so, something pretty nice happened. If I do say so myself.
I'm gonna let Willem struggle with this a little bit, considering he didn't watch the game.
So... I'm chilling. Imagine you're me, hanging out with a friend from high school. I haven't seen in a long time. We're talking about every single person we went to high school with. And then I get a text from Chris, and it says, hitless through 6 or something, or like no hitter through 6. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. I have a podcast. I should probably be watching this game. Nah, right? So then I keep getting updates from Chris, like, throughout the game. And he's like, hitless through 7, hitless through 8. And then he's like 8.6 or like whatever, and I'm like, he's including decimals on me. That's nice. And so then he's like, just 2 batters left. And then I'm like, wow, I'm really getting the full play-by-play commentary. And then he says, no-hitter. Right as I got the notification that we got the no-hitter, so I was like, hey. So we pitched a no-hitter. The 2 pitchers involved in this no-hitter, it was a combined no-hitter, which means that they didn't complete the game. Which, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, you don't want
to put him through 9. Like, that's a lot of pitches.
Yeah.
How many pitches? Because he was
Chris
McIlvain pitched 7 innings.
He was at like 102 after 7.
That's about maxing. You can't put him through.
You like
if you put him through 8, you might as well put him through 9. I don't want him to pitch 8 and 9.
I don't think it's a weird dichotomy of saying no hitters are so rare. Do you give your pitcher the opportunity to get that on his resume? Or do you want to keep him fresher for the season, considering we had already locked up the win?
Yeah.
And we opted keeping him fresher for the season because we had already locked up the win. I think it's the smartest move.
Yeah, me too. I agree. It would have been cool to watch him get there or try to get there.
The only reason that Jack got to last season is because he was through like he ended the game with like 115 pitches.
Because he's that guy.
Yeah, like he.
It would take some sort of like defensive, like top tier defense to get through 115 pitches the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like 100 some.
Yeah, and Jack struck out a lot of people in that game versus South Carolina, but he also got a lot of weak contact early in counts, which is what you need if you really, really want to go deep into a game.
Yeah.
But it was a great game considering that I watched it. We beat them 10-0.
Oh, I was going to guess that, but I didn't just want to sound dumb if it was like 5-0, and I'm guessing huge numbers.
No, it was 10. We thoroughly beat the brakes off of Kentucky.
Where are the brakes?
They're not on because we beat them off.
The brakes are on. They're scarred for life. Yeah.
Okay.
So
there was not a home run in that game though.
Really?
Yeah, there were no home runs Friday. It was 10 manufactured runs.
Which I'd say a home run is also manufactured, but unless that's an actual term.
That's like an actual term.
Here you go.
Well, actually,
actual words that I don't know.
It's what commentators say when it's not a home run. So I don't know if it's like a genuine term, but it's a real thing.
It's okay, Chris.
We had like 17 hits. Like we were really raking. I know.
You needed me.
Like it was, Enrique's on first, Enrique's on third type game.
Because Kentucky sucks.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. So we beat the heck out of them Friday. There was nothing good about it for Kentucky. They looked dreadful. They have one guy on their team who's decent. His name is Jake Estep or Easteep or something like that. He's their third baseman.
Sounds cool.
And he's pretty solid hitter and third baseman. And he did fine, but it's one guy. And so then I go into Sunday feeling really good because we just put a really, really good game both at the plate and defensively. And Carter Holton starts out and Carter Holton plays pretty well. I think he gets lets up
I knew it was him. I'm a fool.
Yeah, he lets up 2 runs. Not a big deal. And then Patrick Riley comes in. And it was 2-0 with a Matthew Polk home run. And then I was like, oh, this game is not going to get out of hand. And then it was 2-2, and I'm like, oh, whatever, right? And then it was 3-2, and I was like, that's 1 run, not a big deal. And we just we didn't score after. I think we didn't register a hit after the 5th inning. Or something like that. It was...
Register.
It was our defense is playing great like they have all season, but our offense sometimes just dies. And it's against pitching that really isn't that good.
Yeah, it's Kentucky's day 2.
Yeah, and...
Not impressive.
It's just...
Quite frankly.
It's not even not good, it's bad.
Yeah.
And Kentucky, it was just kind of a dreadful game. And we should have swept Kentucky. There is no reason we should be going into a rubber match versus Kentucky.
Rubber match.
Yeah, and so we go into the rubber match, and we have Bryce Cunningham starting, and he's pretty solid. He gets through, I think, 4 or 5. We put Maldonado in.
I was going to guess him.
And Maldonado got a couple of good innings, and then we put Berkwich in because
Nelson.
Maldonado kind of lost it a bit and let up a couple runs, and it was 5-3 instead of 5-0 like it was early in the game. And Berkwich let up an immediate hit when the bases were loaded or something like that, and that's when actually it got to like 5-3. And then we put Thomas Schultz in, and then Thomas Schultz didn't like allow a hit.
Schultz.
Or if he did, he allowed like one single. Because Thomas Schultz is a pretty solid closer. He's picked up like a good amount of like saves on the season. But so defensively, there are two things that I want to reiterate. First of all, I want Jack catching every single day, every single game.
Exactly.
He is, I was worried that people might steal on us a ton, and while some people have stolen, where CJ would have thrown them out, it's not like as prevalent as I thought it might be, so I'm not too worried about it.
It's not at a statistically significant rate.
True.
T-test would be...
First base, I'm good with having Dominic. I wouldn't even care if they wanted to put Parker there and have Dom at DH. Dominic has to be hitting, of course, and I think he's a great first baseman, so play him. Tate is in a huge hitting slump that he needs to break out of because he has hitting in him. But he's a great defensive second baseman. Carter Young has been hitting like trash all season, which is really sad because he's also very good, and defensively he is an absolute animal.
Yeah.
Like, he's the best defensive shortstop in baseball. And then third base is where I might get a little controversial by saying Davis Diaz has not been playing well. And he's hitting a freshman wall pretty hard. And I think that you need to take him out for a couple games. I think that we have a capable backup in Parker. Parker started the season at third base. He played third base last season. I think that he deserves to be out there because, one, he's been hitting insanely well. He played the entire Kentucky series, and he hit extremely well. And he is, in my opinion, as good of a defender as Davis Diaz is. So I'm taking... Davis actually might be a little bit of a better defender than he is because Davis is a natural shortstop. But I think Parker deserves that spot for a little bit and let Davis cool down, go back to what made him so good at the very start of the season, which is just a lot of contact. He wasn't a power hitter. He was just that guy that would go out and loop it over the, into a gap or, over their heads into short, field and get a hit when you needed it. And that's something that's extremely valuable in baseball. But he's kind of gotten away from that, and he's struck out a lot. He's hit, sometimes just really poorly. Sometimes it's unlucky where he just hits a really hard ball directly to a defender, which happens. But I think you need to sit him a couple games. Obviously, Spencer and Enrique are fine. And then left field, I want to reiterate what we said last time on the pod, which is against right-handed pitchers, I want Javi in. And against left-handed hitters, I want Cal. And it's getting to a point where I might just want Cal in general. He's been hitting amazingly.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think we just have too many people that are good because I like Javi in the lineup a lot. I like Cal in the lineup a lot. I like Matthew Polk in the lineup.
Yeah.
I just, we have so many good hitters and we can't keep them all in. I think the best lineup is probably Enrique, Jack, which is so weird to say considering 4 episodes ago I was calling for him to get off the team. Dominic, I think Dom hits better in the 3 spot, I'll be real. Yeah, Dom, Spencer, Parker, Tate, Cal, I'm going to say Matthew Polk or Javi in that 8 spot, Carter in the 9.
Say it one more time.
Enrique, Jack, Dominic, Spencer, Parker, Tate, Cal, either Matthew Polk or Javi as a DH, Carter.
There you go.
I think that all of those people... there's not a person in that lineup that I don't trust to get a hit, except maybe Carter.
That's how you manufacture runs. That's a good run lineup. And looking defensively, the
only person that I don't trust offensively of that unit is maybe Matthew Polk a little bit, but he has a lot of potential. And then Carter right now, and Carter has it in him.
Talking about offense?
Yeah, as in hitting. Defensively, I mean, that's all of our starters' offense except for
Javi.
Except for maybe Davis instead of having Parker instead of Davis.
Yeah, the only two defenders that are better, I'd say, that you could put in are Javi and Davis.
Yeah, and I don't.
And even
I think Javi could play left field too, and if you want to make Cal a DH, I'm okay with that.
I think it'd work well.
I would all be good because I think that all of those hitters get you runs.
Yeah, exactly.
And right now, or at this a few games ago when people were slumping, it's like Carter was a guaranteed out for a little bit there, which is so sad because he has such potential. And he's gotten a little bit better. He's gotten out of his, he's not plummeting like he was a little bit ago, but he's not doing well. Not doing what Carter Young should be doing because he is that guy. Tate's doing kind of badly, I'll be real. And then Davis was doing bad. And so that's three guys. It's hard to manufacture runs when you have three guys that are almost guaranteed not.
That's a whole inning.
Yeah, it's just, it's not smart. And I think that I really like all three of those guys if they can break out of their hitting slumps.
Yeah.
And I don't know why Carter is having such a hard time. Because Carter is a natural hitter. Carter has all the power in the world. He has 5 home runs. That's more than most people on our team, even though he has maybe the lowest batting average of people that actually play.
Yeah.
And I'm not even mentioning somebody like Jonathan Vastine, who I think has a lot of potential moving forward. I've seen Jonathan Vastine, who has a pretty low batting average, hit more extremely hard hit balls 4 feet from being a double than anybody else. Man will absolutely plow a ball. It will just be, it'll be enough where a center fielder can get it in the gap.
Yeah.
I think that after another year of development, he might be our starting second baseman when Tate leaves, and I think that he's going to be good.
Yep.
I fully believe that. He might even be first. He'll be in one of those 2 spots. I almost guarantee it, though. Just to kind of preview the next week, I guess, because those are the games. We beat them. We won the series 2-1, and after losing 3 straight SEC series, you got to take what you can get. We won the series, so there's some bright spots to that. We should have swept them, but there's some bright spots.
Yep.
But now we got to continue keeping that momentum up, and we played Texas A&M today, tomorrow, and Saturday. In circa 2 hours, we will be starting a game versus Texas A&M. I think is it at Texas A&M or is it here? No, it's here. It's at the Hawk.
Yep.
And that would be a big series to win because Texas A&M has played well. And I think that assuming that we put the lineups that I've said, I really don't imagine us not scoring at least 5 runs a game. And I believe in our pitching to hold them at or near 5 runs. I think that if there is a time where we score more than 5, it's hard for us to lose.
Yeah.
It's just, can we get to that point?
Exactly.
Going through our pitching, McIlvain had a great time. I hope he doesn't have a terrible outing after his great one. Carter at times has looked like he is the best pitcher in baseball, and then at times has looked like a normal freshman.
Yeah.
And I think that's just part of being young. And so I think that he'll kind of work past that some. And as a season, I think he'll only get better. And then next season, he's going to be that guy.
Yeah.
Our bullpen is deep and talented. And then I've liked how Bryce Cunningham has pitched. I still think Devin Futrell probably deserves the spot over him, but I like Bryce Cunningham. I think he's a pretty solid pitcher. And I think having a bad outing last week and only giving up a couple runs, I don't think that Bryce Cunningham pitched particularly well last Sunday. Mm-hmm. But he didn't give up many runs. It's just he wasn't hitting the spots that he normally hits. And so he was getting he was allowing for more contact, but it was contact that we still could catch or field. And it was just I have a lot of trust in a majority of our pitchers, and we're only going to get more healthy as the season goes on. We'll be getting back somebody like Sam Laboki as the season goes on, who was a pretty solid bullpen piece last year until he got hurt at Georgia. But we just need to keep our momentum going, take this Texas A&M series, and then start to push forward into some actually like ranked series wins. Like we'll be playing Georgia at some point, and that needs to be a series we do well in.
Yeah.
We'll be playing. We of the SEC East that we've played, we've lost to Tennessee, we've beat Florida, we've beat Kentucky, we've beat Missouri. What other SEC East teams are there? Vandy, but that's us.
True. Good observation. I don't know.
I think there's 7. Who am I missing?
South Carolina?
South Carolina, we lost to. I'm missing one.
What's the state below South Carolina?
Georgia. And I already said Georgia, didn't I?
Georgia? Is that what's below?
Yeah.
Georgia.
Anyway, we have the opportunity to improve our record in the SEC East and the SEC in general, and I think we can even play like Arkansas later, who is an insanely good team.
Yeah. And
I don't really expect us to win that series, but if we can make it competitive and maybe sneak a game or even 2, it would be really, really big for us. And I think we have all the talent in the world. It's just, can it all come together on the same weekend? And if we can start building together weekends going further, we'll host a regional. We probably won't host a super regional unless we do really, really well to end the season and then do well in the SEC tournament. But we still have time to even get through that.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to play us in a super regional, though. Like, I think that we'll win our regional relatively easily just because I think that hosting a regional at the Hawk is pretty much you're going to win.
Yeah.
But I think that we go to a super regional, I kind of believe in us to win. It'll be against a good team, of course, but I think that we would win it. And then we make it to Omaha, and that would be a different story. And that'll be depending on the field. But, we're not going to make playoff projections just yet.
That's for next week.
First we got to get through some stuff. The NFL draft is tonight, so I know that's not really what we're here for. I don't know if anybody on our football team is entering the draft.
What's his name? Will Shepard.
Is Will Shepard entering the draft? Yeah. Good luck to Will Shepard in the draft.
It's either him or Chris Pierce. I can't.
No, it's Chris Pierce. Will Shepard's on the team.
You're right.
Chris Pierce. Chris Pierce.
Our bad. My bad. Chris, apologies. Good luck to you.
Good luck to him. I hope he gets drafted. If not, I hope he gets to be a priority undrafted free agent somewhere and makes the team.
He's talented.
Yeah, and I don't think he had a system. He had a kind of tumultuous system around him.
Yeah.
So hopefully he gets
a
great opportunity and will be prosperous in the league.
True. We're going to be looking at Quay Holmes, the ETSU running back who tore us up.
I love Quay.
Whose grandmother Chris and I sat by.
Yeah,
that was so fun. He gets drafted.
Yeah, he'll definitely go on day 3 if it happens.
Is the draft a multi-day thing?
Yeah, round 1's tonight, round 2 and 3 are tomorrow, and rounds 4 through 7 are Saturday.
Really? Why is round 1 just one night?
Because everybody gets 10 minutes to make their pick.
Doing my rudimentary math. That'll be
320 minutes.
320 minutes. In terms of how many hours that is, it's 36 divided by 2, which is going to be 5. I'm at 6.
Oh my god. You got the right answer saying all the wrong things. You said 36 divided by 2, which is 5. I understood, and you did the math right, but oh my god.
So how long is the draft?
A long time. It starts at 7 p.m. It ends after midnight.
Is it 5 hours long?
It is. And the Titans picked 26. So I will be up.
That's one round.
Yeah.
And do you get the same amount of time for round 2, 3?
Nope.
What do you get?
It's 5 minutes in round 2 or 7 minutes in round 2, 5 minutes in round 3 or 3 minutes. I don't know. And then I think it's 1 minute in rounds 4 through 7.
That's still so much time.
Yeah. The draft is a big thing.
I can't believe that. Well, that makes sense. But I mean, yeah, if you're watching the draft, have fun. It's going to be cool.
I'm not going to be watching every pick, but I will be looking at my phone intermittently to see when Zion Johnson or Kenyon Green goes because I want the Titans to take him. Though I think there's also a chance we take Spencer Ritter.
Jones?
No.
Dang it.
who is the quarterback at Cincinnati.
Really?
I think there's a chance.
Well, interesting. I really like. I hate to say it. I really like Ole Miss's quarterback,
Matt Corral.
I think
like Matt Corral.
I think he's a great athlete. I think he's gonna do really well, and I hope he goes to a team I like because I want to root for him. Though I hate Lane Kiffin.
I don't know. The thing is with Matt Corral,
I hate Lane.
I watched him and he did good things at Ole Miss, but he also had 3 really good wide receivers, and so it's kind of like Tua, where Tua played amazing in college. I think did Tua not win the Heisman? No, because Devontae Smith won the Heisman, his wide receiver.
No.
But Tua was a finalist.
Devontae Smith was the year after.
You're right. Did Tua win a Heisman?
How do I know this? No, that must have been the same year as somebody else.
I don't know. That might have been Joe Burrow's year, thinking about it.
Yep. Because I remember Tua got hurt the year before. Oh, I just tapped the microphone. I'm sorry.
The thing is, I like Tua. He's a great guy, but
we'll see once he gets.
He has some limitations.
Things.
And then Matt Corral, I think, might follow that same mold, which is, if Tua has a great team around him, he can be a serviceable quarterback.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be Justin Herbert,
Josh Allen,
Tony
Danza,
Joe Burrow. I don't know who Tony Danza is.
He's the guy that plays the main character, and he's in Who's the Boss.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Who's the Boss?
Nope.
It's good. I don't know why it's the first name at the top of my mind.
But anyway, so I think with that being said, we have all of our stuff done.
Yeah, we've said all our things.
Do you have any?
I've referenced Tony Danza. I think we're done here.
Do you have any housekeeping items at the end, or no?
Jordan just doesn't like us.
No, he doesn't. He hasn't responded.
Yeah, the Jordan update, the Joe update.
The Joe update?
Yeah. So, Jordan Wright, as we've said a million times previously, agreed to do a podcast with us. Haven't responded, but we're going to hound him. I'm hunt him down while Chris is gone this weekend, and get him maybe for next week. If not, it's okay. He'll be here next year. So we'll just talk to him. People that we haven't talked to that I would really like to get on the podcast next year, just so people have something to know so you guys know who we're gonna target that we'd really like to talk to because they're just great. Jordan Cambridge, we reached out to her and she was like, "Oh, I got to talk to the team's officials to make sure it's allowed."
Yeah,
we don't want to have a bad scenario. So that makes sense. Got to follow some rules. Parker Noland, we'd love to talk to.
I don't know if he's even
Quentin. I want to get Quentin on the podcast. He graduated with a degree in it was some kind of engineering.
He hasn't seen it. No, I did not know.
He's graduating with a degree in some sort of engineering about
good for him.
Talking about climate change. I don't know. He's a smart guy.
I don't know.
Probably civil engineering, actually, thinking about it. But I'd love to talk to him. He seems like a great guy.
Yep.
I wish Rod was still here because I'd love to talk to him. Obviously, Scottie Pippen.
Rod Wave.
Rod.
No, I'm just kidding.
I can't remember the lyrics I was gonna sing. But a lot of
we
these
have
people.
ideas for.
Oh my gosh. We have some devastating news for you guys. We have some devastating. You remember the devastating news I told you the other day? So here's the thing. It's been a long time. Do you remember now? No. So it's been a while since we've talked about it.
I'm gonna cry.
It's been a while since we've talked about it. But one of I feel like when we started emerging and are talking about being comfortable talking about random funny stuff.
It was
this.
The Cheddar's instance.
Yeah. So we talked about Cheddar's, and so I'm like, "You ever been to Cheddar's?" And we're talking about it for no reason. And Chris was like, "Haha, Cheddar's, good stuff." And then I talk about this freshman on our women's basketball team. Some of you may know her, Kendall Cheeseman. And he's like, Cheeseman. He's like, do you think Cheeseman likes Cheddar's? Because cheese and Cheddar's, because he's dumb and it's so funny.
Did you have to explain that?
Yes. It was hilarious and we laughed about it for weeks and I still laugh about it because it's so funny, right? Comedy gold, right? So, that was really what started us off in Like, that's what made, honestly, I think that was the big thing between this is something that I do and it's enjoyable that I like get to put out this product, and this is something that I look forward to every week because we laugh so much and it's such a good time. I feel like that was the transition. So we owe a lot to
Miss Cheeseman.
Kenny Cheeseman.
Kenny Chee.
That's odd.
Kenny Chee.
And so,
It's like LPG.
I think she Kelpie G, not Kenny G, but the SpongeBob character.
Yeah, it's Kelpie
That's
G.
so funny.
And then Kenny Chee.
So, anyways, Chris, I'm trying to tell this story. So we owe a lot to Kendall Cheeseman, you know, and even though she didn't get a lot of time this year, I think she would have done really well in the future. She has transferred to Belmont, so she will be playing basketball.
For the Bruins.
Just about over that way.
Yeah, a stone's throw.
Well, that way. For Belmont. And, you know, she's still in town. Maybe we can still get her on the podcast, talk to her.
Legacy?
Like you're an alum. But she's no longer on the team. I feel like we joked about her so much. We've, you know,
I feel like
sufficiently laughed at her name.
That'd be such an awkward thing. Be like, oh, so how did you guys get interested? Because she's not exactly like a prominent player. And I'd be like, wow.
It's so funny. And then she's like, it's pronounced Chessman. And I'd be like,
get off the pod. All right, there's the door.
Yeah, that would be the entire episode. Would be us.
It'd be cut out.
Like saying, like having her pronounce her name, and then she's like, it's not cheese. And I'd be like, oh. Yeah, so she's leaving, which, you know, I think she's going to do really well. I think she's going to succeed. And I think, you know, big ups to her. But, so that's just, you know, a little bit of bittersweet news. Moving on to bigger and better things, but we can't joke about cheese anymore.
Sad.
Which, like, you
Pain,
know.
agony.
But it is what it is, I suppose. Not really. I'm devastated, to be honest with you.
He cried for days.
Yeah, honestly, forlorn. But that's pretty much all we've got for you. It's been good. What you looking like that for?
Nothing. I was stifling a yawn, and I was like...
But that's all we got. Next week, the big finale, we're going to talk about a couple games, and maybe we'll do something fun.
Yeah, we'll probably do something fun.
We'll think of something.
We'll do the Weddle on live.
That's not half bad. Maybe we'll do that during the off season this summer.
Okay. We need to make a Vanderbilt player Weddle.
We're gonna stream on Twitch.
We're
gonna play Warzone with Cam. We're gonna play Warzone with Cam. Have you listened to his things?
No.
I've heard a few of them, and like, I don't know, like the quality of the microphones on some of them are interesting. So I don't know who is him, because a couple times he's played with people with similar voices to him. The way that he says things, like he has a distinctive voice, and those other people had similar voices, and I'm like, I don't know which one's him, but it's fun. I like hearing him do it. I don't watch often because it's always at really inconvenient times, like midnight, or I wake up and I'm like, oh,
or it's like 8 a.m.
Yeah, or like when I'm in class and I'm like, dude, you gotta stream when I can listen to this. We gotta get him back, man.
Yeah, especially if he said if he went to Ole Miss, he would come up during the Ole Miss Vandy game.
If he went to WKU, you could have Liv take him down.
Okay.
It's a good arrangement. Or you could go up there and get him on your way back. I suppose that would work too. But I think that's all we got. We've sufficiently stalled, said our things. So this has been Show Em The Dore, signing off for the second to last time this semester. It's been good. See you guys later. Yeah. You're doing the salute wrong. It's supposed to be to your hairline here.
Okay, well,
if you're bald, it's your eyebrow.
I always just go like that, but I was waiting for. I don't care.
You're incorrect.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit the thing.
Bye.
Bye.